like the voice you hear out of the corner of your mind. And it's a little bit scary. Or it should be. You should be afraid. You should be very afraid. Or not. Heidi ho, y'all. This is Grammy Mary, and I am in my rocket chair ready to kick off the festivities for Freaker Friday evening. I hope y'all are having an absolutely splendiferous day. My day has been frickin' crazy. I'm not shitting you. It has been one of those days. We have homecoming going on out here. So they had homecoming parade and everybody was running around trying to get cars ready to put in the parade. Plus my parts guy was gone. So I had to handle the parts counter and the service counter and do my regular work and be the only person to man the phones. So, needless to say, I have had a freaky day. Whew, and I am ready to fire off my booster rockets and get this weekend going. So, over here on Fakey Book, I see the lovely Lisa B and Miri B, as well as Trish and Lynn and my lovely sister Catherine just headed off to night time because it's midnight, her neck of the woods, and she's just a wee bit tired. And I can't say as a blamer. Midnight, I'm usually hitting the sack before then because I'm old and crotchety. And that's kind of part of why I changed my name over there in the RLM because, yeah, I'm not only beat after the day, but feeling just a wee bit on the bitchy side as well. So I'm going to try and control myself, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to actually accomplish that. Okay, over here on this effing site, I see Laid In is over here sharing all kinds of cool stuff. And Grimmy is over here sharing the link to let everybody know that I am online and broadcasting. I also see the lovely TD and Miri B as well as Bubs. So hey there, hi there, ho there, all of you guys. I hope you're having a absolutely awesome Freaker Friday. Or maybe I should say a freaktastic Freaker Friday. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, and Rob Works is hiding, which yes, you should, honey. Oh my goodness. And yeah, y'all have been talking about the changing of the time. I still love the way that I can't even remember the Indian chief's name now. I had it and now it's gone. There it was gone. When he said it makes absolutely no sense to cut a foot off of one end of the blanket, sew it on the other end of the blanket, and pretend like the blanket is longer. Or something along those lines. But still, it really doesn't make any sense. I wish they would just find a time and stick with it. Because I'm tired of this crap. It makes no sense to me. Oh well. Beat, brittle, and bitchy all at once. Yeah, there you go, Flasheroid. That pretty much sums it up. And see, it's a triple B. Okay, over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be if you wish to give me static while I'm on the radio, and or I do occasionally check Freedom's Network and Facebook, but usually it's here. And P. Bunyan is talking about clowns. Egad! Those things are scary. I saw a picture of a clown prostitute earlier today and scared the bejeebers clean out of me. Yeah, I left a bejeeber pile in my office. It was not pretty. In any case, see, there's another bee. Over here in the RLM, right up top, is my missionary man. Hey there, Asmo. How's things going? I'll bet you're probably sleeping, 'cause don't you work graveyard shift? Even if you don't. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? I also see the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. There is Barman following close behind. And looky there, the lovely Beth A is here. She's still up even though she normally takes a nap about this time so she can catch the Freakers Ball, which I can't say is a blame you, hun. I would too. I also see. Oh my God! Is this in honor of it being close to Halloween? I get to breathe heavy. Hey there. Hi, Darth Roams. I just love that. Ah, yeah. It doesn't take much for me to be tickled. And obviously that's one of the little things that does it for me. Stuff it with a trash bag full of ketchup. Ew, that's just kind of creepy. Although I had someone do that to me, but I will tell you about that here in just a little bit. I also see the one, the only, the mighty God of the RLM, and that's God with a GAWD. Just so's you know, gotta get this straight. Grimner is here as well as the lovely Moose Girl, and they will be on later on this evening for the Freakers Ball, so be sure to stick around because there's gonna be lots of cool stuff going on tonight. I'm just a warm-up band, by the way. So just putting that out there right off the bat. I'm trying to get you loosened up here. So, it'll be balls to the wall tonight. So Moosey once again has a life. There you go. See, I am so jealous. Okay, I also see the lovely Kate here, and she is quite witty. Gotta admit that. Kate is very lovely and witty. See, that's a double dynamic duo kind of thing. Is that how I wanted to? Yeah, it works. I also see Alias is here from Down Under. How are things going in your world, darling? I hope things are starting to warm up for you. Beth doesn't have any balls, just a few badges. Sweetheart, women have their balls in their bra. And some women, that's where their brains are too. So just putting that out there. I also see Chalcedony is here. Hey there, sweetheart. How are you doing this evening? And looky there, the lovely Circleine and Circle O is here. Got a double dipping of the circle. Gotta love that. Yeah, buddy. Oh, Beth also has a patch. Well, arr, the pirate patch. Arr, matey. Yes, it is Friday. Talk like a pirate day. May you be touched with his noodly goodness. I also see the lovely Chloe is here. I hope that wasn't too many E's going on, but hey, I just like saying that. And hey, Flashsteroid is here, not to be confused with asteroid or hemorrhoid, although nobody answered my question. I did see something about a hemorrhoid making a cameo appearance, and I just want to know, is that a sneak one cheek peek? Nobody answered that, damn it. I need to know. This is one of those things that I won't be able to sleep tonight unless I know that. Oh well. I also see IB Don C is here as well as IB Don C work, so there's a double dipping of that as well. Oh, Beth has big balls. I have big balls. She's got big balls. Okay, mine aren't big, but they're not small. So mine are just right. I'll be Goldilocks. How's that sound? Or at least they aren't hanging down to my knees yet. Gravity hasn't gotten me there. Moving along, as if you really needed to have that mental image. I also see Juana Taco is here. How you doing, sweetheart? That really does sound good, but I have some chicken in the fridge, and I think I'm going to fix myself a chicken and cheese sandwich when I get done this evening. And while I'm puttering around the house, because that wind just keeps blowing, which means the dust keeps silting in because it's drier than a popcorn fart out here. And so the dust is very silty of late. And speaking of popcorn farts, hey there, Meisterbrower. You're the one that brought it up, honey. And yeah, that is the jet propulsion from my broom. Just putting that out there. I also see P. Bunyan is here, as well as RLM 99182, which is RLM 29, and break that down, RLM 11, and break it down even more, RLM tus. My silence will be recognized as guilt. Arr. Why do I don't feel guilty? I feel like Grammy. At least today. Uh-oh, P. Bunyan fell out too. Um Oh, Beth, I don't know. Maybe the gravity's just a little bit better in your neck of the woods than it is in mine. I don't know. But I tell you what, my goal is to be like gravity's doing well. My goal is to be like that little granny lady on the blacklight paintings that they have in a lot of bars. You know, the gal that has the bobby socks with ping pong balls in the end of them. There you go. That's a mental image that yeah. Sorry. Not. Okay. I also see Rob Works, and I don't know if he came out of hiding or not, but Rob, it's probably best to just stay in hiding. Just saying. And looky there, Atomic Punk is here as well as Clank. And Colfax 101. Colfax 101. Is that like a street address? Colfax out in Denver is where those clown prostitutes hang out. Or at least it most definitely used to be Prostitution Alley. I don't know if it still is or not. Haven't been to Denver for a while, actually, let alone on Colfax. Colfax also has some really cool bars, which is why I went there. Yeah, I'm digging the hole even deeper, but I'll come out eventually in China. I also see Demon Atrax is here, and he will be on directly following me with his demonic tunage or his Atraxian tunage. You never know. Oh, I am the high supreme wackadoodliness. Awesome. Well, that is a badge of honor that I will that I will proudly wear. Probably on my butt cheek, but I'll still wear it because that's usually where I rip my britches out, is on my butt cheek. And that's usually where I need a patch. Okay, moving along. I also see Dimma is here. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? As well as etc. And etc. is right above moi, Grammy B. And I looky there, Grendel is here. Excuse me. And I salute you too, lovely Circolo. I'm just trying to... So I'm a high supreme? Is that like a supreme pizza garnished with marijuana? That would be a really cool pizza, don't you think? I mean, you would... Oh, wow, that would be a really big seller because, at least for the pizza establishment, because here you are, you're eating pizza that's garnished with marijuana, and then as you're consuming it, you're getting the munchies, so you consume even more pizza, and then you have to order another one. Business plan? By golly, I got 1 million of them. I don't know if they'll all work, but I got 1 million of them. I also see kazoo is here. I still haven't found my kazoo. Not that I actually went looking for it, but I need to find that. And looky there, the lovely Mary B from Down Under. How's things in your world, sweetheart? I hope they are absolutely splendiferous. I also see Pawn Sauce is here. Feeling a wee bit saucy, are we? And looky there, RLM 85322, which is RLM 20, and break that down. Another RLM 2. Damn it, I can't do that. Okay, so I'll have RLM 11 and RLM 2. Okay, and closely following them is the one, the only, the Sock Puppet, and to round out the crew of all the absolutely awesome, bestest chatters in the whole wide world, Space Wolf. Oh, it's like a nut job on the radio? Sweet! shoot the high supreme. Vive la revolution. You know, a revolution is just going around once. It's like someone put a nail in one of my shoes, nailed me to the floor, and I'm just running like crazy, going around in circles and not getting anywhere. I'm going around circles. Yes, I will admit to being a nut job on the radio. And that's why I make the big bucks. Alrighty, let's just move right along, shall we? Because, yeah, that fell flat. Flatter than the earth, as a matter of fact. So, let's see. What do I have? You know, I really don't have... I haven't put a whole hell of a lot in my pocket today because, well, busy. As in, really busy. As in, I was Sybil. Oh, Lord, was I ever Sybil. And there was, I've got that little voice, you know, that little voice you hear in the corner of your mind. It's jumping up and down and saying, you're forgetting something, but it's not telling me what I forgot. Little son of a bitch. Damn it. I hate when that happens. Oh, okay. Twitter, checking Twitter, and damn, I'm over the 330 follower mark. Stalkers. Just because it's October. Okay. Just because it's that all the time. Darwin Awards. What does Darwin Awards have? Just taking his coat off whilst riding a bike. What did this happen? Oh, it's a video. Apparently someone was an overachiever. You have to go and check out the Darwin Awards over on Twitter. It's just all there is to it. And now I am going to go ahead, which I do want to know, what does everybody think of this whole pissing contest shit going on with Russia and USA? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, USA is pissing in everybody else's post toasties, and Russia is pulling their cereal bowl away and saying, "Excuse me, I prefer milk as opposed to piss. So why don't you just keep that to yourself, okay?" Ay. And do none of these morons, especially the morons that are on the lamestream media, you know, those that are out there beating the war drums 24/7, because the news is 24/7, don't you know? Oh, yeah. 200 bazillion channels and nothing's on. But I wonder if those talking heads have any freaking clue about, you know, you keep beating that war drum and the war actually does happen. Do they understand that odds are they will not survive and neither will their family, because they really, all they are is useful puppets. I wonder if they understand that. I wonder if maybe they were to pull their heads out of their collective backsides and just understand that, you know, you keep beating that war drum, you moron, and it's going to happen unless the rest of us all stop listening to y'all, which I highly recommend that. I'm not telling you to, but I do highly recommend that, you know, if you don't want to partake of their BS and the propaganda trough, step away from the trough. Okay. Over here on, excuse me, UPI, oopie. I was kind of scrolling around looking for some fun little headlines, and I saw several. There's a baby that's got really impressive, full, fluffy head of hair, and my children didn't have that much hair until they were 3 years old. So I'm rather jealous. Both of my girls were thought of as boys because it didn't make any difference what color I dressed them in. They had no hair, and therefore people thought they were boys. Go figure. In any case, this is the one I settled on. Just because. Yesterday, we have a, what is it, a category? That was pretty freaking awesome, by the way, Grim. A category what? Hurricane going on now. I haven't seen the news, so I don't know. But this is a fat and lazy Washington cat, no less, which why would that surprise anyone? Fat and lazy in Washington. But is this that Washington? Let's find out. Apparently, this fat and lazy Washington cat finds his inner hero to foil a burglary. Excuse me. Well, obviously, it's not a DC. And I'm right. It is not a DC Washington cat. This cat is from Olympia, Washington. And a Washington state couple said that their normally fat and lazy cat channeled his inner hero when he helped foil a burglary at their home. I'm thinking it probably did the whole figure eight routine around the feet, but let's find out. Carrie and Bob Gansberg said that their cat of 10 years, Strider, is best known around their Olympia home as a bit of a glutton and layabout. Well, he's fat and he's lazy, says Barb. He's kind of a pain in the rump. I have 2 of those. They're not fat. Well, one of them is getting pretty chubby, but the other one isn't. Probably because the other one's getting chubby and beats it to the food dish. But still, the cat does understand some rules, the couple said, including staying out of their bedroom. Okay, neither one of mine understand that. Gansberg said that what made his behavior so suspicious Tuesday morning, when she was home alone and getting ready for work, he sneaks into my bedroom. He's looking at me, and I thought, what the heck is wrong with you? And he sat right here outside the door in the hallway. Well, Gansberg said that she could tell by Strider's behavior that something was wrong. So she exited the bedroom and ended up face to face with a pair of burglars, one of whom was holding her purse. So I just yelled, "Hey!" and off they went. Damn, that works. Holy shit. Carrie Gansberg said maybe it should be men made the right choice by fleeing. It's a good thing they ran off because she would have pummeled them, her husband said. Police said 2 men, ages 18 and 19, were arrested about a block away from the home. The Gansberg said that they were surprised by Strider's actions. Yeah, he may have saved the day, Barb said. I didn't know the cat had it in him. Well, okay, honey, he really did not overachieve in this. I think it was one of those, it was the least he could do. And it was probably one of those things where the cat was pondering, okay, I don't know these humans that are in my abode, and they smell funny. Because, cats can tell. And I'm thinking, if they do something to my human in that room where I'm not supposed to go, then I won't get fed. I must do something about this. So I will take it upon myself to go to that room where I'm not supposed to go. Why, I don't know. But I will go in there. And I will let her know, just by my feline powers of hello. And she will step out, and she will see these people, and she will deal with them, because I just can't be bothered with it, because I'm very exhausted right now. I think I've overachieved. It's time for me to take a nap. You don't mind if I go in that room I'm not supposed to go, do you? And climb up on that really soft thing that you sleep on, and have a bit of a shed and a nap, do ya? That's what I'm thinking was going through the cat's mind, because I have 2 cats, and that's probably what would have been going through their minds, except for my youngest kitty would have done the figure 8 thingy in between their feet and made them fall, and then the other one would have come in and scratched the shit out of their face. Why? Because that's what she does to strangers. She's one of those stranger danger kitties. If she don't know you, she hiss at you. Ah, revolution. I finally see that. Well, that is true. That is true. Good kitty. Such a good kitty. Okay. Get this shared over here on the RLM. Do we have a kitty cat emoticon, Grimmy? I know I have some on my phone. But I'm not on my phone. Okay, let me just look and see. I know we have a bee. I think I will do a bee because the bee is a buzzing, and that's what kitty cats do is they buzz. They do strafing runs. And, yeah. And they trip you when you least expect it, which I have learned to expect the unexpected, which when you expect the unexpected, it's no longer unexpected, correct? That's what I'm thinking. How do you expect the unexpected and yet it's still unexpected? You can't do that. Okay. Moving along. Hey there, Trish. I see you, sweetheart. I'm thinking Trish has some issues that, wow. Okay, honey, I do that too. I have a tendency to push buttons. You know, there are people that, yeah, that know me. They know that when I push buttons, it's not good. Hi, Valerie. Welcome aboard, sweetheart. Oh, and Jason, thank you ever so much for marking yourself safe in Hurricane Matthew. I truly do appreciate that. I was somewhat concerned. Oh. Okay. Catherine just jumped on her unicorn and she's going to take a nap. Good for you, sweetheart. I needed a drink. Okay, of water. I am drinking water. Because can you imagine me doing the radio on an adult beverage? I've tried it once, actually. It wasn't pretty. Decided I wouldn't go there ever again. I also tried drunk blogging during a presidential debate. It was the first time Dangleberry was running for election, and that wasn't pretty either. I went back the next day and read what I had put out there, and it was like, holy shit balls. Wow. You shouldn't let me around a computer after I've had one adult beverage. You just shouldn't. Because there are times when I have enough trouble, trying to control the evil spirits, the evil twin that wishes to lash out occasionally. And so, yeah, adding alcohol just gives her fuel, and she comes out and plays. Oi. Okay. I had to share that over on Fakeybook as well. Now, let me go back to Oopie. I probably ought to go and look in my pocket as well, because I know yesterday I put some stuff in my pocket because I actually had some, time. A little, but I did have some time. Let's see here. No, I'm really not seeing that I put a whole hell of a lot of anything in there that's radio worthy. Except for, I did see this. I don't remember who shared it initially yesterday, but thank you ever so much. I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing or not. Oh, okay, I know who shared it. This was Sock Puppet that shared this. Excuse me, hiccup. This is from slashdot.org. FCC proposal is that internet providers must ask to share your data. Now, internet providers must ask, but does the FCC? No. And does your software, your operating system ask? Okay, it asks, but then it goes ahead and doesn't update and then shares it anyway. Yeah, which I did see that, and maybe I stuck that in my pocket and I just didn't scroll down far enough. But to get on with this, the FCC has unveiled a new privacy proposal Thursday that is sure to appeal to millions of internet users. Internet service providers, not so much. The proposal would require ISPs like Verizon and Comcast to get your permission before sharing your precious info with advertisers. Okay, this is with advertisers. This is not can't share your info with anyone, just with advertisers. Ah, loopholes. The Federal Communication Commission has changed its broadband privacy plan since it was initially proposed in March. The wireless and cable industries had complained that under the initial plan, they would be more heavily regulated than digital ad behemoths like Google and Facebook, who are monitored by a different agency. Oh, really? Oh, they're monitored by the Federal Trade Commission. Ah, because they trade your information. It's like, I've got this card on this Grammy lady, and she's a little on the whacked side, but every once in a while she says something that it's at least giggle worthy. I'll swap it to you for 2 Anons. Oh, come on. Or maybe not. The FCC explained its new approach Thursday and plans to vote on it October the 27th. So this isn't even written in stone or on paper. It's just kind of we're going to discuss it and then vote on it. But we won't tell you how that vote turns out because we want to keep you in suspense. The revised proposal says broadband providers don't have to get permission from customers ahead of time to use some information deemed non-sensitive. Like names and addresses. Those funny little things that if the right person got a hold of it, they could, steal your identity. The previous plan called for customers to expressly approve the use of more of their information. This time around, customers still need to okay broadband providers using and sharing a slew of their data. Like phone's physical location, website browsers and apps used, and what's in emails. Oh, you read my emails too. Well, I hope you enjoy those junk mail before I delete them. That's kind of why I haven't really blocked them all, is because I know somebody's going to read them and I may as well let you guys do it. The address or the customers must be told what types of information is kept and how it will be used. And agency officials said that they still say no to internet service providers using other data, like names and addresses. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. Okay. I'll go ahead and share that again over here in the RLN because that's actually where I saw it first. Thank you once again, Sock Puppet, for that one. Flash Droid wants to be an internet provider. There you go. And Vinny has joined, and P. Bunyan is back. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Yes, Beth, drunk typing can be bad. Very bad. And that's why I don't do it anymore. Of course, I really don't drink anymore. I have an occasional, and if I have one beer, it's like, okay, it's time for me to go to bed. It's just too much. I just can't do it. I can't hang with the big dogs no more. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because it really is a lot less expensive this way. Just saying. So, let me put this over here on Freedom's Network as well really quick. I still think that was just awfully considerate of them to, say that, oh, you can only share this without asking permission. How awfully sweet. Most definitely a dope moment. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my pocket because I got to find, there is one that I had the other day, and I thought for sure I stuck it in my pocket, but I may not have. Oh, yes, I did. Did I talk about that the other day? I don't know if I did or not. I did see this one as well that I need to. This is from October the 4th from Wired.com. You can all finally encrypt Facebook Messenger, so do it. Wow. Okay, you can encrypt it, but that doesn't keep Facebook from seeing it. So last spring, WhatsApp pushed out code adding a new layer of security to a billion users' apps, creating the largest end-to-end encrypted messaging network in history. Now, WhatsApp's parent company, Facebook, has finally given people who use its other massively popular chat app the chance to catch up. A Facebook spokesperson tells Wired the company just finished rolling out secret conversations to all 900 million Facebook Messenger users in the past few weeks. The opt-in feature allows users to encrypt their messages so that no one can read them except the two people on either end of a conversation. Not even Facebook or law enforcement, wink, wink, or intelligence agencies, wink, wink. Your messages are already secure, but secret conversations are encrypted from one device to another, states a description in the app when users initiate their first encrypted conversation. Well, I am going to have to check that out. I usually don't trust the new shit that Facebook puts out there because it's like, okay, I already know what you're doing. And yes, I go along with it for now because you are useful to me for now. But once you outlive your usefulness, I will no longer need your services. Thank you very little. So, while the company's software updates for iOS and Android haven't explicitly mentioned the encryption feature, anyone who updates their Messenger app will now find the secret option on the top right of the new message screen. The feature also allows senders to choose a Snapchat-style expiration time for messages, ranging from 5 seconds to 1 day. Only users who have updated the app can send or receive encrypted, time-sensitive messages, so be sure to update now. Secret Conversations uses the Signal encryption system, which is a glowing reputation in the security community. It was developed by the nonprofit Open Whisper system, which first implemented the encryption layer in its own Signal app before partnering with other companies to introduce the protocol, or include the protocol, Facebook first announced the new security mechanism and tested it with beta users in July. Google's recently launched Allo Messenger also includes the encryption option. Well, Facebook's Messenger's new layer of encryption has to be enabled manually for every conversation rather than being switched on by default, as it is a Signal app or in WhatsApp. That decision may be in part a compromise designed to help Facebook avoid legal and political difficulties. Oh, really? WhatsApp's default encryption, for instance, has already put its parent company in an uncomfortable spot at least once. When Brazilian authorities arrested a Facebook executive in the country for failing to help police decrypt WhatsApp messages sent by criminal suspects in a drug trafficking case. But the opt-in move has also drawn the scorn of privacy advocates, like this tweet from ACLU technologist Chris. Excuse me, when Facebook announced Secret Conversations. Chris said, "Opt-in encryption favors educated users who have the time to learn about obscure security settings. Not cool, Facebook." Okay, honey, not cool Facebook. Just pretty much that just rolls off the tongue anyway. Not cool Facebook. That's just pretty much the way it works. So, opt in or not. Facebook's new feature brings strong, dead simple encryption to hundreds of millions more users. And in combination with end-to-end encryptions spread to other ultra-popular messaging services, foiling surveillance has never been easier. So they say. But that little voice in the back of my mind still says, uh-huh, right. Yeah, I upgraded from Z to B because, it's been a day. So I'm being a day. Ah, and yes, the bullshit song works quite well for that article there, Rob Works. Excellent choice. Yeah, I know, Flash Droid. It's like blah, 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 yada, 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 something encryption, yada, 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 protocol, blah, 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 Google. Oh, Google. NCFB? Okay. I like that, Grim. NCFB. There should be a hashtag for that. Although I'm not really coordinated with hashtaggers, because to me that's still a pound sign. Or a slightly askance tic-tac-toe board. Yeah, I'm really old school. Just saying. So, I have the sniffles. Holy crap-a-noli. I hate when that happens. It's, yeah. Did I tell you it's the season to be wheezing? Of course, I did breathe some of my eucalyptus oil, so that's probably why I have the sniffles, because now things are draining. Okay, let me find. I know you have a hacker emoticon, which, by the way, we had. Oh my God, we had more travelers this afternoon with breakdowns that wound up being simple to fix, but still took at least an hour to diagnose. And because all this computerized bullshit that's on vehicles anymore. But one of the last travelers that came in that was having an issue, excuse me, with his diesel pickup, he needed some DEF fluid. It works for the federal government. And he is in the IT with the federal government. And he does, like sleuthing out hackers and that kind of fun stuff. And I thought, very interesting. So, yes, I see I have someone making a comment over here. Yes, my dear. Just a sec. Now I need to figure out how in the hell to talk to someone. Okay. How about I do this? Okay. Yes, I see you, Valerie. Yay! Yay! Okay. Wow, I'm so proud of myself. Alrighty. Yay! I figured it out. Yeah, and it only took me one try. Yeah, overachievers are us. Or at least for me, I consider that an overachiever because I am not very geeky. Yeah. I really don't know my way around the internet all that well. I mean, I'm learning, but yeah, I'm still like a techno-tard. That's probably the best description I can give you is when it comes to the internet, for the most part, I am a techno-tard. So, Hey there, Brian. How are you doing this evening? I see you were sharing some absolutely amazing pics from your vacation. Thank you ever so much for sharing those. Um, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Michael. Let's see. Share if your daughter is beautiful and farts. Oh my God, both of my daughters do. And yes, Ella May, your daughter is beautiful. And oh my Lord, don't feed her pickles or you will wish you hadn't fed her pickles. I was going to say, my niece can clear a room if she's had pickles. That's all I need to say. She's just a skosh on the vaporous side. Whew. Okay. I can't remember if I shared this over here on the effing site or not. Yes, I did. Okay. Let me put this over here on Fakey Book real fast. That's just too funny. Yes, both of my daughters do. Although the eldest daughter has poofters. Because she's more genteel than myself and my youngest. So, yeah, because I know this will shock you, but we're the crazy ones. Okay. Now that I got that shared, I can close that link. That's why I wanted to do that. I'm going to go back over here to Oopie. Because, did you know that even the critters down in Florida were being quite intelligent, actually, because this is where you're told to go during inclement weather, like if you got tornadoes and that kind of shit. Apparently, a stork decided to ride out Hurricane Matthew in the zoo bathroom, which is where you're told to go because they're smaller rooms and they've got an awful lot of structural support around them. Climb into the bathtub and, like pull a mattress over you or whatever. A lot of times that is one of the safest places. If you don't have a basement, that is one of the safer places to go. But this was in St. Augustine, Florida, where the stork found its refuge in the bathroom. The staff at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park shared photos as the staff attempted to assure that all of the facility's animals were kept safe indoors from powerful storm on Thursday. 2 days of hurricane prep is now over, the park stated. Every bird and mammal is housed safely indoors. All venomous snakes are double contained. At least. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm sure those around you are also quite thankful. Tortoises and wee crocs are in various tubs, and the storks are hanging out in the public restrooms. And they're probably leaving the public restrooms in just as much of a mess as the general public does. Hiccups. Damn it. That is quite cute, though. Even the storks know where to go when the weather is not cool. A balloon? Israel is a blister on the world's... Oh, I was thinking more along the lines of a boil on the world's backside. There you go. How's that sound? From the trenches. Oh, and why does that not shock me? Thank you, Rob Works. I think I will just go there. I'm getting to the point where I'm really getting very sick and tired of all of this shit. But occasionally, something piques my interest and I think, oh, I must go there, if for no other reason than to check it out and go, yeah, agreed. Which is a lot of times what I do. Israel is the instigator of the tensions between USA and Russia. Let's see, instigator and the entire source of the problem that's going to plague the entire world with nuclear war. says Stephen Kelly in an interview with Press TV on Friday. Well, Stephen Kelly, thanks for that. But you know what? I saw a video the other day, someone saying that this is all part of the diabolical plan, and it has been prophesized, and it has been foretold and foreseen and for whatever. And I just keep thinking, the future is not written in stone. If it was, that would just totally suck. There is absolutely no element of surprise whatsoever. The future is not written in stone. It's not even written on a piece of paper. It doesn't even have the same designation as those lovely little pieces of legislation that really don't carry a whole hell of a lot of weight once you realize they're just a bunch of squiggles and lines on a piece of paper. The future isn't written in anything. And one little thing, one person doing one nice thing can change the course of another person's future. And if that other person just happens to be someone higher up, someone that is in a decision-making level position, whatever, that could be, possibly, might, maybe. Because, I was thinking earlier today, one of those few times where I just had a chance to have a thought just fleet through my mind, or flitter through my mind, however you want to say that. I got to thinking, how are wars started? I think wars are started by one person getting butthurt. I think that's pretty much what starts a war. Someone's ego got bruised, someone's butt got puckered. Either intentionally or just from their own perceptions. And, people need to learn. They need to grow up, and they need to start realizing that, what, if your perception is that you're getting a little butt hurt or a little bruised, maybe you need to just step away and cool off a bit. Or if you're just getting flat ass angry, step away and cool off a wee bit. The life you save just might be your own. Just saying. So, to go on with this article, none of this would be happening if it was not for the expansionist desires of the Zionist regime. And this very fact that we are now threatened with horrible annihilation and nuclear destruction should be time for all of us to sit back and look and see who is profiting and who is instigating this fight. And it is not between Dangleberry and Putin. Oh, it isn't? Well, those are the two in the Rock'em Sock'em Robot rink. You have one of them is the little blue Rock'em Sock'em Robot, and one of them is the little red Rock'em Sock'em Robot. So who's the ones that are pushing the buttons to move them into the center of the ring and start punching the shit out of each other? I want to find me a Rock'em Sock'em Robot game now. Damn it, now I want to play that game. That's how we can settle wars. See? No bloodshed whatsoever. Best 2 out of 3. Have a Rock'em Sock'em Robot match. And people have to switch sides every match. So you can't say it was rigged. They rigged theirs. You can't do that because you have to switch sides. I think a Rock'em Sock'em Robot match is the way to go. That is my method for solving all the wars in the world. And you could put it on pay-per-view. People could bet on it. I mean, people would still profit off of it. You would still have people profiting off of. But the Rock'em Sock'em Robot people would be going, booyah, that was our idea. We made this possible. Okay, it was all of our idea. But we made this possible. What do you think? I like that idea. I really do. I think that was one of my better ones. Or maybe it was just one that flitted in from the universe and it fell out my mouth. I don't know. I don't know if I should take credit for that or not. But I think it's pretty damn cool that it fell out of my mouth. So I'm going to take credit for it for now. Oh, well, this goes on to say that it is the Zionists and It's a Zionist against the entire world, which, okay, if it's a Zionist against the entire world, are we going to have a Zionist on one side and the entire world on the other side, and we get to draw straws to see who gets to do the rock'em sock'em? I really want to get this laid out so I know how we can, I'll propose it to the UN. They'll listen to me, right? Yeah, it's genocide, and we really need to stop it as soon as possible. Yeah, and speaking of genocide, Columbus Day is coming up. I'm not going to be on the radio for it, so I just got to put this out there because I've seen a few videos today, or listened to, I should say, and actually, I did see them this morning, watching them while I was puttering around the house getting ready to go into work, about Columbus. And I saw one, well, okay, that one this morning, and last night I saw one about the indigenous population, and talk about genocide. It's, it really is no wonder that the United States doesn't have a problem with what Israel is doing to Palestine. Because, quite frankly, that's pretty much what Columbus and the other Europeans that came over after him did over here. Genocide. Damn good job of it, too. I mean, they didn't complete their goal, but by golly, they gave it the old college try. Okay. I'm bored with this now because I really don't like talking about this shit. I would much rather talk about Rock'em Sock'em Robot. But, I'm kind of weird like that. Thanks, Rob Workso. I'll go ahead and share this over on the effing site. And we'll do that red light district. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes, Valerie, are you still? Okay. Okay. I think I'll put this over here in the chat too. Just because, in case anybody over here chatting on Spreaker wishes to check it out, they can finish reading it themselves, because I get so easily bored with political bullshit anymore. So, okay, where was I at? Yeah, because I want to close this out. I don't want it there anymore. I don't like it, and I don't want to do it. I want to sing and dance. I want to sing and dance. I want to be up. Okay, never mind. Stop it. More like someone's economy ran dry, and a boost is needed. Oh, well, yeah, there is that too, Circles. Yeah. Because it's always follow the money. Joke improvements will be billed to your Visa card. What? You gonna improve my joke? Okay. Yes? Oh, yay! Valerie says the link works. Yay! Awesomeness. Okay. Can't tell what's around. No, you never can tell what's around the corner. And that's the fun of it. You're not supposed to know what the hell's around the corner. Oh, I'm jamming on there? Well, cool beans, Java Doctor 2. I didn't see you earlier. Java Doctor 2. I am so glad that you are back. And yes, I am squirming in my rocket chair. And yes, I still think we need to have a Rock'em Sock'em Robot thing. Okay. The great horse manure crisis. How fun. Okay. Moving along. I'm going to go check out my pocket again. Real quick, or maybe not real quick, because have you noticed I'm not exactly speedy anymore. Oh, I know. I wanted to get to this one too. Wow. See, I scroll far enough down and then I get to see this shit. So, the thing I shared the other day about, are you shitting me? with Shitlery and old horse's ass himself. Carrie, yeah. Not to be confused with Kirby. Carrie, because Kirby is a vacuum and it sucks. Okay, one of them is a vacuum and the other sucks. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, this is from citypaper.com. In their news hole, oh my dear friend Pedro shared this. Please tell me if I did this the other day. I don't think I did, but someone revived the Baltimore Gazette to spread fake news. No, say it isn't so. Fake news on the internet? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. The Baltimore Gazette, a newspaper that existed very briefly just after the Civil War, has returned online as a site to spread fake news stories and other nonsense. Oh, I like nonsense. I like being nonsensical as well. It's quite fun, and people look at you funny. And then they usually leave you alone, which is the plan, don't you know? One article in particular, an Atlanta officer kills black woman, injures child following breastfeeding argument. So, was he arguing because he wanted some of that? I don't know. But apparently Snopes stuck their Snoopy nose into it, and they said that it apparently went viral. And they searched the Baltimore Gazette on Facebook, and you'll find a number of people who have been deceived by the breastfeeding story, or are trying to prevent others from doing the same. Well, everybody's got to be talking about breastfeeding, and there's an awful lot of guys, grown men, that would really like to go back to breastfeeding. Don't deny it, guys. You know who you are. The Gazette's article is a rehash of a bogus story that ran in a bogus source, the National Report, in 2014. Snopes reported that in a post that it had been shared more than 20,000 times. And see, that's how the shit gets started. Have you ever played that game, you know, where you have like about 10 of you and you're all sitting in a circle and one person whispers something to the person seated just next to them, and then that person whispers it to the next person, and by the time it gets back around to you, it's nothing even remotely close to what you whispered in the beginning? That's what this shit is. And yet, even I get busted from time to time. But I'm not afraid to admit that I booyah'd. I had a faux pas. Oopsie. Shit happens, and I try and correct it. Not that that makes it go away, but because, you know, once something is said, it cannot be unsaid. Apparently, other stories on the site appear to be similarly fake, even though the innocuous newspaper-ish name, basic web design, and dry tone of the prose could lead some, particularly people who don't live here, to be easily deceived. Well, you know, when you've been feeding at the propaganda trough for years, sometimes it's rather hard to distinguish fact from crap. Sometimes. You know, if you get your bullshitter detector tuned up, you get better at it. That's what I've been told. I haven't found I've gotten a whole hell of a lot better at it, but so I've just decided that it's all bullshit. And then I just play with it. Apparently, there are plenty of signs that the site is full of it. Oh, really? Most of the articles are written by BG staff. Well, maybe BG staff is, that's code name for I have a really moving along. They go on to say that they have all kinds of other fun little stories that have been debunked by Snopes. And, you know, Snopes is so truthful and so honest and so good at what they do that you should trust everything they say as well. So, just to put out there for the rest of y'all, so in case I come up with another Baltimore Gazette article, the reason I'm reading it is because the headline grabbed my attention, and I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be good for a laugh, because now we all know it's bullshit. Bullshit. Which basically any kind of political article that I share is going to also be bullshit. Somebody's free in the boobies? What's that? Oh, circles. You know, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. Flash a Rooney head. She got out of the basement because she's smarter than you. Oh. Oh, you guys are just too funny. Who's Carrie? Let me see. What? What's that, Java? Java, 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 Java. Oh. Wow. You know, a horse is a horse, of course, unless your horse is ass like Carrie. Yeah, that didn't work either, but, you know, it started out okay, and then it went downhill really fast. Oh, man. I'll just keep sharing these links over here as well, and then that way I don't have to put them in the description later. Not like I've been really good at that. Anyway, but I'll just do that. How's that sound? Oh, I have notifications over here. Yes. Hi there. Oh, I see a rumple. I got to do the rumple. That's Tushy, for those of you that don't understand Grammy speak. And Trumple is a tired old rumple. Hey, that's got a toupee that really needs... Wow. Hi, Michael. I see you. Okay. You know what? Speaking of the onion, okay, being cremated is my last hope for a smoking hot body. Booyah, there is hope. Damn it. I got it now. Alrighty. Funeral pyre. You know the other good thing about that, just, okay, it would be funny for me. I will be giggling in the hereafter, is anyone that's even remotely close will be breathing in my ash. Because I want a funeral pyre, you know, like the Indians used to do. Didn't they used to do that? Somebody used to do that. Big ol' honkin' funeral pyre. Yeah, just throw me on that big old burn pile and let her rip. Stand back, though, because you don't want to be breathing in any of that ash. Just saying. That's funny. Thank you, Brian. That was my former brother-in-law that said that. Although I still like him. Oops. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Okay. You know what? I always thought Florida was just pretty damn duh. But wow, Scotland has stepped into the fray. I'm proud of you guys. I really am. Overachievers. Over on UPI. Apparently there was a vile criminal road crossing chicken, and it has been arrested in Scotland. I'm wondering, did it cross the road to lay an egg and then come back again? Was it jaywalking? It had run afoul of the local constabulary, though. Okay, I'm waiting for the aroma of that last one to hit you. Apparently, in Dundee, Scotland, the police detained a chicken who was trying to walk across a local road. So, see, now even the chicken can't cross the road. See? Damn cops. The Tayside Police Division shared a photo of the foul suspect, which drew the attention of motorists on Friday morning. Officers were in East Marketgate, Dundee at 8:30 this morning after reports of a chicken trying to cross the road and giving passing motorists cause for concern. Maybe he was just trying to commit suicide. Maybe he wanted to go to that great big chicken pot pie in the sky. You never know. Police eventually managed to capture the jaywalking chicken and kept the bird at the station before handing it over to the local RSPCA, who promptly... No. After the chicken was settled, police began to search for information about its owner and exactly why it decided to cross the road. Now, they will investigate this vigorously, and they will not stop until they find out what was going on in the Great Chicken Road Crossing caper. Uh-oh. Flashsteroid and Circolo and RLM 99182 have fallen out. So good night, y'all. See? Night-night, sleep tight. See you in the morning. Because, yeah, I think I'm probably going to be getting a little bit on the dorkish side. No chickens left behind. There you go. Maybe the chicken was constipated. And it was trying to scare the chicken shit clean out of it. Darting in, Maybe it was playing Pokemon Go. See? I'm sure we will come up with some kind of reason as to why this chicken was crossing the road. Because the cops are not going to tell you. You know that. Okay. I'll put this over on the effing site as well. Because, this is vital important. Why did this is one of those cosmic significant kind of things, even. Almost as important as which came first, the chicken or the egg. I still contend it was an egg that was mutated by some diabolical dinosaur scientist. That's what I think. But, I wasn't there, so, okay. Moving along. Let me put this over here. And that whole Pokemon Go thing reminded me, Circle shared something that is quite dorkish and rocket cherish. Rocket cherish. Wow. I kind of like the sound of that. And finish sharing this. Okay. Back to my pocket I go. Hi ho, hi ho. Okay, now I know I saw it in my pocket. I know I saw it. Where did it go? It's somewhere below the creepy clown epidemic. There it is. I don't think I did this the other day. Let's see. Although it is dated for October the 5th. Norway's PM caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament. So, why would this shock anyone? Number one, I'm thinking Pokemon Go, don't you have to walk out into traffic and step off of cliffs and go peek in people's windows and go in people's backyards and that kind of shit in order to play it properly? You cannot play this game while being sedentary in your chair. Can you? I don't know. I don't play the game. But apparently she was playing Pokemon Go while sitting at her chair in Parliament. Okay? I'm thinking that's a hell of a lot less dangerous than a lot of the other things that they get up to while sitting in their chairs in Parliament. Just kind of my opinion. But apparently this Norwegian Prime Minister who was caught, this was Erna Solberg, and she was pictured playing the game during a debate in the Storting on Tuesday. Excuse me. Damn it. It's no secret that Solberg is a big fan of Pokemon Go. During an official trip to Slovakia, she took some time out to play the game, telling reporters she was keen to hatch some of her 10,000 eggs. Is that what that is? She has lots of eggs. This isn't even the first time a Norwegian politician has been caught playing the game while in Parliament. The leader of Norway's Liberal Party was seen playing the game during a meeting on national security back in August, which, why not? And who happened to be speaking while the PM attempted to catch 'em all? None other than Grande herself, which was the Liberal Party leader. Yay! So obviously she was just so enthralled by Grande's speech that it's like, really? Heard it. Yada yada. Blah blah. Yada yada. Pokemon! Who gives a shit? I don't. It's just a dumb game. What? Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. He wasn't going to squawk. That's what it was. So they arrested him. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, no, Grim. Say it isn't so. Grim said he'll be grilled. I much prefer fried myself, but Grim says he'll be grilled. Man. That's just really sad. Poor little chicken. Wonder if that's Chicken Little has all grown up and tried to cross the road. And this is what happens when you try to cross the road. Serves you right and left. Probably wasn't trying to cross at one of those little crossing guard things either. That could have been the other thing. You know, if you're not crossing at the designated spot, they will ticket you. Because they're kind of control freakish like that. Okay. Now that I've gotten rid of some farcical doofy stuff, did I do the Bill Gates and Rushki thing? That was September 30th. I really need to learn to delete these things out. I think I just shared it in the chat. I don't think I actually did this article. Did I? I don't think I did. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to like it. Because I like Putin. I really do. I much prefer him to what we've got. Including old slick Billy Gates. Putin bans Bill Gates and Microsoft from Russia. Mother Russia does not want your windows. Stop peeking in our windows. We'll put your eyes out. Wow. That was like a pun, and I just caught it. Russian President Vladimir Putin has banned Microsoft products from Russia and placed Bill Gates on a Federal Security Service watch list. Bam! He's citing concerns over security and reliability. Go figure. Putin has ordered the removal of Microsoft software to begin immediately. Government spokesman Sergey, I'm not butchering your last name, explained that Microsoft had been caught carrying out minute-by-minute surveillance on millions of Russian citizens, as well as citizens of other countries. The U.S., which presents itself as a bastion of democracy, has in fact been carrying out minute-by-minute surveillance of tens of millions of citizens of Russia and other countries. Yes, they have, and they're quite good at it. All the main internet companies that were formed in the U.S. are involved in this ugly story. And these companies operate on the territory of our country, said the Kremlin spokesman. So, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, placed on the Federal Security Services watch list, has also been raised for review pending further investigation, with expectations in the Kremlin that he will join George Soros and Jacob Rothschild on the Russian Federation's blacklist. Dun dun dun. So, Bloomberg is reporting that Artem Ermolov, who is the head of information technology in Moscow, and Russia's communications minister Nikolai Nikiforov, wow, you guys have some really interesting names, stated that Moscow will initially replace Microsoft Exchange Server and Outlook on thousands of computers with its email system developed by the Russian company Rostelcom PJSC. Next year, it will install software developed by the New Cloud Technologies, another Russian software vendor, on millions of systems. Even Microsoft Office and Windows will be replaced with homegrown versions, Ermolov said. We want the money of taxpayers and state-run firms to be primarily spent on local software. Good job. They're also adding that starting next year, officials will be tightening their grip on state-run institutions that do not opt for domestic alternatives. Microsoft did not respond to requests for comment. Shock. Shock. Well, some of the stuff that I have seen, from what I understand, good old Billy, who purports that he is although he does say he is the founder of, puts this out like it's his software. Well, he purchased it for micro pennies on the dollar is what I'm thinking. You POS. He's a weaselly looking little bugger anyway. He's another one that I would probably classify as a weasel dick. I don't know if he is. I really don't want to know if he is. That's just one of those images that I just really do not want to have in my mind. But that I would classify him as that. So, moving along. There you go, Billy. Put that in your window and smug it. Oh, I have more notifications. Okay, just a sec. Hello, Rascal. You gonna help, sweetie? You know what? I've been at this for an hour and a half. Time sure flies when I go off on a tangent, doesn't it? My kitty cat is kneading the bread dough on my legs. And ouch, she has claws. But I refuse to declaw her, because I wouldn't have declawed her anyway, because I just think that's just not cool. Kitty cats need to have their claws. Mainly because I have two puppies, and sometimes my puppies need to learn. A little scratch on the nose lets them know you have come too close to the wrong territory, and you must be scratched. So, I don't believe in declawing critters anyway. Hell, I don't even trim my garden out. I don't. Everybody always, I see all these lovely neat little gardens where people trim and crop their tomato plants and all this fun shit. Oh, hell, I don't do that. I let my plants grow however they wish to grow. And then I just go out there and pick the fruit because I get hungry, don't you know? Ouch, Rascal. Sweetheart, that hurts, baby girl. Ah, ow. That was not my thigh that got punctured. You don't need to know. Hello, Estrella. How are you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're doing absolutely awesome this evening. Estrella shares some of the most awesome and amazing things over here on this effing site. I truly do love it. And they're very thought provoking. And which I got to do another shout out. Speaking of thought provoking, hey there, Dee Cheatwood. I know you're not on right now, but thank you ever so much for that awesome video you shared. I believe it was yesterday on the Native American wisdom. Thank you, dude. Wow. And the elders and their testimonials. Holy crap. We have so hosed. Well, not, I'm being very, very broad with that brushstroke of we, but how about I just say the gooberment of USA has done a damn fine job of totally hosing Native Americans. Although I am a Native American as well, and yeah, I feel hosed. Because, if you're born here, you're Native American. But First Nation people, I think, is what they call them now. And I still think, and then part of me goes, labels, and yet, what is that, Lisa B? Oh, this is bullshit. Okay, Lisa B just shared a link. I gotta go there. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm bad, Kansas, bad. So naughty. You need to pull your head out of your ass and legalize cannabis. This is bullshit. I don't know where I was going with my previous thought, but I saw this, and thank you, Lisa B. This is from cannabizoo.com. 79 arrested on Colorado Canatour after bus veers into Kansas. Yeah, stay out of Kansas, sweetheart. Canarado, Kansas, which is just inside of the state line. Although if you stand up on Pikes Peak, they say you can see Kansas from there. I still have not seen that dotted line, but still. Canarado, Kansas. Mile High Tours in Denver has built a solid business around cannabis-themed tours ever since Colorado legalized marijuana in 2012, effectively opening the floodgates for weed tourism in the state, offering guided tours to residents as well as visitors. So-called cannabis trips range in length from a couple of hours to a full weekend and have cropped up all across the Rocky Mountain pot paradise. Not unlike directed tours through wine country, excursions include a number of stops at unique cannabis dispensaries, boutique pot cultivation sites, and a few water pipe glass-blowing studios, all from the comfort of a well-appointed charter bus where indulgence in the leaf is not only tolerated, but actually encouraged. Cannabis connoisseurs and noobs alike have enjoyed the heady trips, and many are return customers on their third or fourth ride through the marijuana Mecca. But this week, after an unfortunate lapse in attention, one of its tour buses, a few might be considered future excursions or reconsidering future excursions, the trip started off great, said Marquis Jones, visiting from Phoenix. This was my fourth trip with the tour company, and each tour has been better than the last. That is, until this particular one. Having just been released from the Kansas State Police booking area in the state line town of Canarado, Jones describes how he and a busload of 78 other bud partiers found themselves cuffed and stuffed at the Kansas-Colorado border. I'm thinking, cha-ching, ass munches. This after a new bus driver accidentally drove the bus east onto I-70 instead of west. We ended up crossing into mother-lovin' Kansas. Yeah, you could call it motherfucking Kansas, which I don't know if I've said that F-bomb yet, but there you go. Talk about a total buzzkill, says Jones. They took all of our weed. I mean, all of it. The cops started a fire in a trash barrel at the compound. We were locked up all overnight, like cattle, mind you. And they threw all of our bud, at least 2 pounds combined of the best cannabis money can buy, right into the flames and made us watch it go up in smoke as they stood close enough to where they could partake of the fumes, I'm sure. Jones describes how sheriffs gleefully pranced around smashing beautiful virgin glass pieces. That is bullshit. Blown by some of the best glass makers in the West. New bongs and dab rigs, many worth hundreds of dollars, were smashed against brick walls as cannabis enthusiasts cringed in horror. That is fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. Ass munches. We're talking about illegal transit of a controlled substance here, remarked Captain Buford T. Pusser of the Kansas Highway Patrol to KCTV5 morning news team. Some of these sissies were crying about their water hookahs being confiscated and demolished. What about our youth being destroyed by this malevolent drug plant? Fuck you, brain-dead idiot. Actually do some goddamn research, you moron. Fucking overachiever with a shiny piece of metal on your chest. Polish that bad boy up, you stupid son of a bitch. Ha, ha, ha. Thanks, Lisa. Now I'm sufficiently miffed. Hi. This is not the first case of local state troopers stopping and harassing people in transit from Colorado into Kansas who are believed to be under suspicion of cannabis possession, which is a felony in Kansas. Fuck you, who? This is, however, the first detainment and arrest of a busload of people, all for the same charges, all at the same time. And you know what? Hookahs are not illegal. There are hookah bars in Kansas. Those are not illegal. That is destruction of private property, you pricks. We have every road, highway, bridge, and trail from Colorado into Kansas covered, said Pusser. Which, yeah, you do, you pricks. I already know about you. You've nailed dozens of potheads. You've also nailed a young lady that you took away her medication and she died in jail. That was a couple of years ago, you pricks. You weren't quite such overachievers for a while there because you caught a lot of hell about that. And now I'm going to have to dig in and see just exactly what happened of that, because I do know the family was suing the state of Kansas, as well they should. We've nailed dozens of potheads, pot-headed criminals coming into our state from over there with their trunks full of contraband. This bust was easy one, though. Single finger salute. Can you hear that, you son of a bitch? You want me to turn up the other hand so you can hear it really well? The tour bus had a cloud of smoke pouring out of it, not to mention the big green pot leaves painted on the side. And you could hear all the passengers singing Tiny Dancer at the top of their lungs. Okay, just because you don't like Elton John doesn't mean you have to pull him over and be dickweed heads. I tell my troopers every morning that for every degenerate reefer-related arrest you make, I will personally pay you a $100 a head. Oh my God. Well, it looks like after this one, I'm going to need to work more overtime to pay those good old boys for this busload of pot fiends. but it's worth every penny. I really, really hope I get to the bottom of this and find out that it's farcical. I really, really do, because, wow, I've got a really good pissed going on. The press release by Mile High Tours this morning apologizes for the inconvenience to passengers who were detained. Founder Colin Green said in a note, "We plan to not only replace all of the confiscated cannabis and destroyed property from the tour group, excuse me, I'm sure some of those all of that glass-blown stuff is one of a kind. Every damn bit of it. You cannot replace that." Apparently they said they'll also cover all of the legal fees. It might bankrupt them, but it's the right thing to do. I feel terrible for the driver, too. He's a great guy. He's never used cannabis once in his entire life. He told me he just got caught up in the fun singing Elton John tunes with all the stoned passengers and must have stopped paying attention to where the hell he was going. Please, is there somewhere around here that there is not anywhere that tells me this is a farcical site? I'm going to have to go to the top and look it about. The Department of Transportation in Colorado has agreed to add new signage to the roads and highways leading out of Colorado into Kansas. The proposed plan will see several brightly colored, flashing, billboard-sized signs on exit routes that read, "No smoking zone ahead." There you go. Y'all can have fun with it. I want to see, let's see. Where is your little about? What is the what TF? Ooh. Okay, I don't see a little about place for me to... I do... Thank you ever so much, Lisa B. I am sufficiently miffed. Yes, I am. Yeah, Buford T. Pusser died, but I think they were just calling him that because it's a hell of a lot easier to do. And they probably can't release his name because, you know, defamation of character or whatever the hell. I think he defamed his own character. Whomever did this. Oh, sons of bitches. Excuse me. And yes, Rob Works, there is a bounty on potheads. Yes, they do that. Oh, hey, Don said he just made the bank create money out of thin air. There you go, Don. Good job. Oh. See, I got so mad. Now I'm all choked up. That really does. I hope to, if that is not a farcical thing, which I really would not put it past them. I really wouldn't. Because seriously, someone did die with, I think it was in the first 6 months after Colorado legalized pot. There was someone that was coming from Colorado into Kansas. She had contraband on her person. She was locked up in jail. They took away her prescription medication that she needed, and they would not give it to her. And she had to stay over the weekend, I believe, because she was locked up like on a Saturday, and the judge wasn't going to be back until Monday. And by the time the judge got back to arraign her, she had died. I will have to look that up. I do remember that instance, and I remember the family is going to sue. Sue, sue, sue. You know what? And it really pisses me off that my tax dollars go to that, even though they don't really, technically, because my tax dollars go into somebody else's sons of bitchin' pocket, but still. This makes me very cranky. Very. Fuckerheads. It would not surprise me one bit. And you know, there is, I gotta say, I do have some friends that are popo, and I know there's an awful lot of you that say, oh, it's not possible. Well, yeah, I have some friends that are police, and they do not have a problem with marijuana. They really don't. They think it's stupid. They think it's a waste of the state's money. But when you look at instances like this, what were these fines levied on all of these people? I think they're probably recouping whatever it costs them manpower-wise to do this shit. Bastards. That just really, really pisses me off. Yes, I see I have a notification over here on effin' site. And it's the lovely Estrella. Oh, yeah, the chicken. The chicken. Okay. 60,000 on sale for 48,000 on a $15,000 truck. What? Sounds like someone just is trying to get hosed on that shit. Oh, thank you, Grim. Cannabazoo is America's finest, most finely ground cannabis news source. Your gateway satire pipeline. Thank you, Grim. For all things marijuana, we offer levity and perspective around the controversial topic of prohibition and its final gasping days. Thank you, Grim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that is alrighty. Because that just really, it would not surprise me one damn bit. Because I do know some that are frickin' overachievers that would go out and be dickwee heads and do that shit. And yes, they do actually have all the roads coming into Kansas are patrolled. And if you do something that is somewhat suspicious, they will pull your ass over and they will think of a reason to search your vehicle and find any kind of contraband. They do that because they're assholes. Yes, they're assholes. Yo-ho! Hey, wow, I am just about out of time. Holy smokes, how did time fly that fast? Oh, David Standing Oak says that he saw the doctor today and he said that he needed to add more color to his diet. So he stopped and picked up a 1-pound bag of M&Ms on the way home. And he actually feels better already. Wow, David, I am so proud of you. Good job. Whee! Oh, just in case you hadn't noticed, David is one of my more smart-assy friends over on Fakey Book. Gotta love him, because he's just such a smart-ass. Excuse me. Do I see anything? I don't see anything else in my pocket. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the pig because I want to see what the hell's going on the pig and what happened this date in history. Uh-oh. No, I'm not going there. Okay, today's question. Is it just me or do Hildebeest and Bubba deserve each other? Yes, they do, actually. They are keeping 2 other people from being absolutely miserable or alive and breathing. However you wish to look at that. Because alive and breathing doesn't necessarily mean that you're not absolutely miserable. Especially if you're married to either Hildebeest or Bubba. So, this date in history. October the 7th, 1714. Some 18th century pigsters in Alkmaar, Netherlands, channel their inner Al Bundy and go on a rampage when the elected tormentors impose a tax on beer. No! Beer? No. That's just cruel. That's just cruel. See, it's called a sin tax. They tax you until you sin, like pummeling someone upside the head. This date in history, October the 7th, 1916. Defense takes day off when Georgia Tech and Cumberland U score 222 points. Unable to keep up, the scoreboard operator has a nervous breakdown. Well, that is an awful lot of points. Obviously. Or it had absolutely no offense and an awful lot of defense, because I have seen games where the defense was the only ones that scored points. Just saying. And finally, this date in history, October the 7th, 1965. Robert Matera aces a 447-yard tee shot thanks to a 50-mile-per-hour wind. We had those Monday. And yeah, I think if you had the wind to your back, you probably could pull that off quite easily. Yeah, I might have been able to hit one into the next county, which really isn't that far from where I live. But it sounds cool, doesn't it? You see, it's all in how you say it. Thank you, Piggish Guys, Hambo and Porcus, for this date in history. I truly do appreciate it. And if y'all want to hear more of Hambo and Porcus's Piggish prose, go on over to piggazette.com. That's pigazette.com. Yeah, they have lots and lots of pages, like the Prattler, and they have links on the side, and it really is quite fun. Even, if you just want to go and get your knickers knotted up, like if you're one of those PC Nazis or something, go over there, get your knickers knotted. That way you can go out and be fully charged to go and verbally assault everyone else that is imposing some kind of freedom of thought on your free space, your safe space, your whatever. They're not being, they need to be more inclusive and just listen to my perspective. Oh, well, that's pretty much how it is, don't you know? Have you noticed that? All those lovely little, you must be inclusive. You must listen to all free thinkers, and we don't have to listen to you. That's their mentality. Have you noticed that? It's pretty much the way it works with all of them. So, okay, now that I've done the pig, I think I will go over, what's there? Yeah, I'll close that one. I'm going to check out Fark real fast, because I haven't been Fark. That's one of my favoriteest F words. And you know what? Guess what? There is another chicken in the news. Apparently one wasn't enough. And this is from the BBC. Chicken was also reported to be intoxicated and armed with a pint of glass. What? Where the hell? What the? You had a drunk chicken? Was this the chicken that... This is the chicken was drunk. It was drunk and crossing the road. That's what it was. See? Grim, now we know. It was a drunk chicken. It was balking while drunk. You just can't do that. Excuse me. So, do I see any cop arrested for pleasuring himself in public was also drafted in the 10th round of the MLB draft, presumably by the Yankees. What? This is from the LehighValleyLive.com. An off-duty Bethlehem cop masturbated twice in car. Well, hon. Alrighty. Apparently, the police officer is accused of masturbating in his car in view of two women on separate occasions while he was off duty. Well, he was getting himself off, tending to his duty. The Lehigh County District Attorney James Martin announced Friday that Glenn Woolard, 35, of Lower Macungie, Lower is right, Macungie Township, was charged with 2 counts each of indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. I'm sure he was in quite disorder. Woolard, who is married and lives at the 6600 block of Mine Drive, was released on his own recognizance after being arraigned Friday afternoon. An attorney had not yet entered an appearance for him. Woolard is a patrolman who worked the night shift for the Bethlehem department, and he has been with the department since February of 2013 and was suspended Wednesday in light of the investigation. Woolard also faces disciplinary action at work, including possible dismissal. Possible. Okay. Someone that yankees his wanky in a cop car and two people see it, he faces disciplinary action and possible dismissal. But if you shoot and kill someone, you're on paid vacation. Something is very wrong with this picture. Apparently, the Bethlehem Police Chief Mark DeLuzio said that the arrest is a personnel matter and that officials would not comment on the arrest or the investigation by the Pennsylvania State Police. Martin said he knows of no prior disciplinary action against Woolard. As for other victims, Martin said he did not know of any additional victims. Excuse me. So, apparently you get in more trouble for making your little guy go off than you do for shooting real bullets. Go figure. Oy. Oh, well. Y'all, you know what? I have been at this for just almost an hour, and I'm just about out of time. Y'all have been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, also on the RLMRadio.xyz site, and the RLM TuneIn station, the RLM Internet Radio station, and the RLM Spreaker channel, which is where the lovely Valerie is hanging out. Thank you ever so much, my dear, for coming on over here and listening in. Be sure to stick around because Atrax will be coming on directly following myself with some Atraxian tunage to keep you entertained until Grimner comes on with Balls to the Wall, seeing as how Moose Girl actually has a life. Once again, I will sit in my corner and be quietly jealous. Only for a little while, though. Oh, well, tomorrow morning, be sure to check over on the UCY.tv because Solvanor will be on with the Solvanor event. Hey, Walter, how's it hanging? And directly following Solvanor, back over here on RLM will be Flash Rooney Head or Flash Dork, and myself with the Dork Table, and whoever else decides to show up, play along, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's functioning really well, don't you know? Let's see. Also, tomorrow afternoon will be Kira with The Bridge, so come and check that out. Kira's always very informative, so you need to give her a listen. Tomorrow evening, Bo Diddy with his bodacious tunage. And then Wednesday at noon, my time that is set with the cosmos, just saying, will be Grimner, although it's 1 o'clock Eastern time. Grimner will be playing the blues leading into Hal Anthony, where he will open a can of whoop ass on yo ass. And if he's nice, he'll take you around behind the woodshed. So everybody, crickets included, can't see you whining like a little girl when he's done. If he's not feeling ever so generous, well, he might do it in front of the woodshed. I'm not pushing my luck. In any case, I will be back this coming Wednesday for the Wackadoodle Wednesday edition of Grammy's Rocket Chair, but I will not be on next week Friday or on Saturday because my mom and I are road tripping. We're going to see my grandbabies. My granddaughter will be performing a dance routine thingy during halftime of a college game, and my grandsons are having little kids flag football playoffs. So, it's going to be a fun and exhausting weekend. Oh well, I think I'm actually going to just kind of cut out a little bit early, and then that way Atrax has time to get himself all prepped and ready to go. So thanks everybody for listening in this evening and putting up with my ranting and raving and the occasional giggle. Although I do kind of like the giggle part, the ranting and raving, not so much, but it is kind of good for the soul once in a while to get that out of your system. Speaking of good for the soul, there is a meme over on Facebook that I do need to share real quick. And the lovely Lisa B shared it. And I stole it from her. And then I learned the spiritual journey had nothing to do with being nice. It was about being real, authentic, having boundaries, and honoring my space first and others second. And in this space of self-care, being nice just happened, and it flowed. Not motivated by fear, but by love.